Commissioner Gator?
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher?
Here.
Commissioner Slaughter?
Here.
Commissioner Montrose?
As you wish, please stand for the pledge and then.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, please be with us today as we go through our day and send out with family and friends, dear Lord. Keep us all safe. Help us do the best we can for the county, dear Lord. Make the best decisions as possible, dear Lord. I ask that you keep those that are in need, dear Lord, close to you. I ask this in your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
I want to add to the agenda one item, the senior center distribution of the final amount of funds. So a motion to amend.
I'll make a motion, we amend the agenda to add the senior center distribution.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Sorry.
That will be the first item coming up. Now, the consent agenda is on the board now, has been published. Motion,
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, now here is where that I added to the agenda. Yesterday afternoon, we took the remaining funds that's come in since, I guess, the first of the year. And those funds in that account now are $75,981.23. We always keep $50,000 back for emergencies. And that leaves $25,981.23 for distribution. Now, a couple of years ago, Bismarck had a masonry wall collapsing. So it was a good thing we had the $50,000 to help them. So, of that $25,981.23, we have set up the distribution as in that last ugly column over there corrected. And so, and that's all by percentage of request. So, motion to accept.
I'll make a motion, we accept the senior center distribution fund for 25.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions? Yes?
Will this send that fund over budget?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not saying as far as cash, but as far as what was budgeted for the year to go out.
Marks?
It's not budgeted because it depends on what comes in.
This doesn't
There's
take
a
that
budget
over
for
budget,
it.
does it?
It's Fund 008. I'm just saying you might want to approve a budget amendment because I'm pretty sure this will take it over what we budgeted for the year. Just in case.
I don't have it in front of me.
I thought we just,
Is this the first that we're giving money to them this year?
No, it's the second
it's the-
disbursement.
We'll have to look, yeah.
I thought,
Let's do a provisional. Somebody make a motion to, in the event that it's not been budgeted, you amend the budget to accept the changes.
Okay. So moved.
okay.
And then you need a
Second, no.
I'll second.
Okay. Now, any more questions?
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay. Now we go back to the regular agenda and permission to apply for a grant. This is Flat River Trail, goes alongside Flat River Road and connects all the towns and St. Joe Park. So it's the reason it's such a big deal is there's what, 4 or 5 towns in there, municipalities, plus MoDOT. So it's confusing to say the least on getting it done. So,
That Flat River Trail, could that be Boosenbark Drive too now? I think they own about both sides now.
Both of it.
Never mind.
You're right.
Well, this tab here will actually, yeah, this one will come from the city limits of Farmington. They will tie, I mean, they've agreed to tie, and it will go actually to the overpass there at Fairgrounds Overpass. That was this tab's for, which is a $600 max, or $600,000 maximum, and we have to pay 20% of that.
So eventually it will connect Mineral Area College
Yes.
all the way up, and you can go over to St. Joe Park,
Yes.
across that, and it will come in right by our Weber facility, right?
Yes, and also the city of Leadington is actually involved right now in a tap that will connect there and go to the Mineral Area College.
it's 4.6 miles from Columbia Park was the design start to Farmington.
Sucks.
And they can walk and bike to go vote. They need to, Kevin.
They could walk, I was just thinking, go right to the election.
Exactly.
All the crowds that we have.
The problem is now that those people are walking and they're walking in the road. They often forget to wear bright clothing, bright colored clothing, and it's dark before they get back home. So it's a danger. I'm surprised they haven't had some serious injuries along that road.
You know, I see cross-country, for example, Mineral area,
Yeah,
cross-country, they run out that entrance.
Yeah.
And I don't care where they go, there's no
yeah,
good place for them.
okay. Well, this will solve a lot of those problems. So it's an important thing. Motion to apply?
I'll make a motion that we apply for the permission to apply for the TAP grant on Flat River Trail on the, actually be the south end.
I second that.
Questions?
I hope it turns out better than the one at Von Terra. They started a sidewalk that starts nowhere. Right above the little plaza where Save-A-Lot and all that is. But you have a long stretch in there, there is no sidewalk. Okay, the sidewalk follows K Highway all the way out, almost to Starmy Lane, and just stops.
Sucks, yeah.
And nobody walks it. And then MoDOT put up 2 big signal lights that you never see.
That's because nobody's walking.
That's right. And that's what's gonna happen with this too, except for tramps, hobos, and vandals.
I would disagree with you.
Well, I hope that they get to use it because it's really nice. It goes into East Bon Terre and it's actually for people that live there can walk there. Nan walked it. Nan was walking down the highway. You know Nan. And she walked the highway. So this gets her off the highway at least.
Shirley Hubbard used to do that right down the middle of K Highway.
Exactly.
But
And
she
we can't
doesn't
have
do
that.
that anymore.
Right.
She's now homebound.
So, but she'd have it too down.
Okay, any other comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
Blois, Nan de Blois.
Now,
I can't remember her last name.
this is on that same situation, but it's a resolution. So there is a resolution. Motion?
I make a motion that we approve the 2025 TAP grant resolution.
Second?
I'll second.
Questions?
This is gonna be 10-foot wide, is that right? That's what
8.
most, 8 foot wide?
8.
Okay. That's what- that's-
Moped down.
Or ride bikes, which is
Yeah.
the purpose.
Bike and walk, and wheelchair. Scooter.
Okay, I didn't get a vote. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, permission to apply for a CAP grant, and this is, the Rotary Club wants to help the park. Okay, Mike, come on up.
I'm Mike Sumter, the Parks Department, St. Louis County Parks Department. We're going to work on a cooperative community orchard with the Rotary Club. We gave them a list of options. They contacted me a week ago asking for ways that they can contribute to the park. And I gave them a list of projects that we were working on. And this is what they chose, is the community orchard. We don't have the exact placement yet, but we have a pretty close spot of where we're going to put it. And I think it's going to consist of apple, pear, at their discretion. And they'll be paying for all of it as well as providing the volunteer labor to put it in.
Now, they wanted something they could stay involved with.
Right. And yes, that would be great for the community and for the Rotary Club and for the Parks Department.
And I think a lot of your options you gave them were really nice. Hopefully somebody else that wants to just donate some money, those options will be picked up too, because I'm like, oh, we need that and that and that.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome job.
And we're always looking for volunteers.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Being a very small department, the more hands we can get, the better.
And community awareness,
Community awareness.
community involvement.
Well, we hope to have a nice educational board there, sponsored by the Rotary Club and talking about the benefits to the community.
Very nice.
Okay.
So we are asking for permission to apply for this grant. The grant application deadline is June 15th.
Okay.
Make a motion, we give permission for the Owl Creek to apply for the CAP Consumer Assistance Program grant.
Second.
Questions?
I think it's actually community assistance program, I think.
Well, there's 2 or 3 possibilities on that. I looked it up.
The CAP grant. CAP.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Okay, next meeting right here next week. Other business may arise, correspondence. Okay, public comments? You wanna come up?
Me?
Come to the mic and start off with your name, please.
Oh,
Go to the mic.
well, I'm loud enough, you can hear me.
Yeah, but it's gotta go on the system.
Oh, gotta go on?
This way it'll be on the video and people will be able to
Okay,
know what was said.
all right. I'm slow getting there. I'll work back.
We got a lot of tape.
Okay, don't need to. Is
There.
it on?
Yep.
Okay. My name is Johanna Best. I live on Clay Street in East Von Terre. I've been there 65 years. There's only one person that's been there longer than me. We asked that our road be changed 2 years ago. It is. It went from a pothole alley to a super highway. We have had speeders, we've had people come down there that don't even know where they're at, and they turn around my driveway. Well, the county put me a boulder there and it's been moved about 3 feet. But 2 weeks ago, I had a tractor trailer came down with a flatbed with a shed on it in front of my house. And I walked out there and I said, you cannot turn that around in my driveway. So he backed all the way back out to the K highway. But what I would like, and I'm not demanding anything, I'd like to suggest something. You put a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit up and said that Jeff Christ was to maintain the speed. We've never seen it. Never seen the highway patrol either. But what I would like to see happen, I would like to see that sign taken down, the post moved to the corner of Clay and Taylor, and a dead-end sign put up. And I will buy the sign if I need to. I have had signs made that will go at the first trailer because he has children. And about halfway down, there's another sign gonna go up. It says, old folks watch for lawnmowers, because there's 4 of us mow along that road. And you don't know when somebody's coming down behind you. And the other one I'll put down by my house for children, because 2 of the neighbors about have grandchildren. But all I'm proposing is the sign come down and a dead end sign go up. If I need to, I will pay for the dead end sign and pay for somebody to put it up. That's it. That's all.
Thank you very
I
much.
did bring my signs with me, if you want to see.
Oh,
Okay. Brian and Jason, would you guys take a hard look at this?
So
See-
I'm pretty sure Clay Street road sign has a no outlet.
Yeah, it's about this big. How many people see that? They
Well,
see Clay Street, they don't see that little bitty sign.
I mean, that's all it's required through highway.
Okay. But,
Here's your signs.
You can
Okay.
see them.
but when you turn onto Clay Street, you can make a left right and go up to Taylor and come back around. But once you get on Clay Street, you're there. And people come
She had them
down,
made, didn't she?
they,
they look nice.
yeah.
You had these made?
I had those made and I paid for them. And I will pay for a dead end sign if necessary.
No, we got plenty of days.
We're gonna take care of your sign here.
But that's all I'm asking.
Here is a white cabin. Here, I'm trying to figure that
Well,
one
I
out.
did two of the watch for children, because the people in the first double wide, they have 3 little girls and a little boy. And the people in the first house have a little 15-month-old granddaughter. And then the next one is going halfway down, because there's 4 of us that mow right alongside the road. And the other one will go down by my house to take care of the rest of it.
Would you guys put these signs up if you
Well,
need
so
them?
we can't put those signs in the right of way. If we wanna put up Watch for Children signs, they need to be, approved.
Regulations?
They need to be approved by MUTCD, which we have, but we can't put those up.
But if they're on private land, can you put
If
them?
they
can put them up on
They
their
are going
property,
to
yeah.
go in their yards.
You guys can
Yeah.
put those up in private.
Where do they put the welcome sign?
Yeah, you can put them in their yard, but we can't put them in the right of way.
That's all I want.
Okay.
Now, they can do the post and do whatever they want on their property, as long as it's not on the right of way.
Right.
And we can get some,
We'll get a dead end.
it's your department, you guys, we'll take care of it.
We'll put up a dead end sign.
Okay. And you'll take the 25-mile-an-hour down?
Now, we, and I hate to say that, but when we take it down, the others that called, that wanted those signs up, then we tell them we took them down because they wanted them up. So,
It's the
It's a
only
no-
street in
I know.
East Bon Terre, even in Hillcrest subdivision, that has a speed limit on it.
yes, and that's
It
because.
is ridiculous.
The first,
I
when you
know.
come into East Bon Terre, the first road, I don't know the name of it.
Car zone,
It has
Yeah.
a speed limit sign,
not all the way down.
20 mile an hour as soon as you turn on.
Yeah, Jason and I went out there and we did drive it, and I know that's a situation we run into a lot because everybody's got neighbors, so they call us, and then we try to help out by, putting up some signage for them, but when we do put it up, some don't like the signs that we put up, some like the signs that we do, and it's a vicious cycle sometimes. We feel for all of you, but it's,
I know where this all started. The man in the corner demanded a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. And I said, you can't demand anything. You go ask. And he said, well, it wasn't my place, and I was not my place either.
we appreciate you coming though. That means a lot.
Okay. But you will get me a dead end.
There should be no problem with that.
Okay. But the 25 miles an hour is gonna stay?
Don't you look at me? I feel so bad.
Uh,
I just feel bad. It is the red, that is our posted speed limit sign, correct?
That's what you got approved.
That's what we approved, that 25
And you
mile
go
an hour.
back and amend it.
And to what?
Amend your minutes and everything to take the sign down.
You got other people?
Then I've got the other purpose. People, that's,
We would rather not do
yeah,
that.
and can I ask what the purpose would be, thank you, Kevin, to move that sign? What's the purpose of moving that sign out of there?
We didn't have the traffic that we have now. And we had FedEx and UPS where they would slow down coming down our road. Well, now it's 25 miles an hour speed limit.
You said that's too fast?
That's too fast when you're going down through an alleyway.
And I understand that,
So-
and also Carrie will probably know, and I know Harold and Carrie both, when we get somebody to complain about a road and we do replace the road, they have to understand, like, Carrie even got one widened, and it's like, now they go through faster. Before you had to wait for somebody, now you just go fast, and that's the problem we run into, is that trying to help the road situation doesn't help because they wanna use it as a racetrack, and I completely understand where you're going from. I really do.
Look, in First Class County, if the road's not posted with a speed limit, the speed limit's 50. So without that 25, they legally could do 50 on that road.
And we don't want that. I know.
All right, so the sign's gonna stay up. Don't be surprised if it disappears one.
The sign, as far as we know it, is there.
Sheriff, you heard that.
Sheriff, I did not hear a word. It's not on the record.
Yeah.
So, thank you, and I appreciate it. I really
Thank
do.
you.
Well, thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
And why we have a full-time sign guys, because happens a lot.
How quick would it go back up? Okay, now.
Yeah. Well, we've got an issue we've been having over at Frank Clay at the new school. And actually, they're having problems, and we haven't acted on this yet. We're gonna talk to the school officials and the police, the SRO. But they're having problems over there now with the construction. And we've had a few people come in and they're actually wanting to make this a one-way to go down and come around, then you drop your kids off and go out this way. And right now, it's kind of frustrating because they're trying to go both ways here and here. And
It's a narrow road.
it's a narrow road, so.
Gary, I was just over there,
Mhm.
and they already have do not enter on that
On
first
that
road.
street, yes.
On this one here?
Yes, so
Yeah.
that's already set up as a
That's why I
one-way.
wanted to go over with you. and-
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But we-
I went through there when they were picking up kids for school, and I had no problems getting
Yeah.
through there.
Well, I went over there one morning and it, right here, they were coming both ways and these people were having trouble right here. I don't think there's a sign here for one way down this way.
No, that is a two-way street.
Yeah, that's a two-way and this is the street they're having a problem on. This does say one way here, but maybe we were getting together with them and just make this, some school districts have this one way for a certain period of time.
Like
Like
say-
7 in the morning till 4.
That might be confusing.
That's why I went when they were doing kid pickup to see how long that line
Yeah.
got, and it didn't even get past the baseball field.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they'd be having that much issue.
The problem they were having was on this street here. I think over here it was going fine, but we just thought we'd get with them and really maybe suggest and see what they come up
When you
with.
say with them.
The
School
school,
and the
maybe the
SRO.
school officials.
Well, I would probably ask the residents on that road how they feel about it, because they're the ones that's gonna be restricted to movement.
That's the ones that have been
One way.
communicating with me, the residents, on that road.
Yeah, and I know there's one house on that road that's got so much junk out by the
Yeah,
road.
there's an issue there. Yeah, they're gonna have to move. You talking about the trailers and.
You can't see.
Yeah,
You
I-
can't
One of
see
them's,
it
one
go.
of them's partially in the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't see around it to see if traffic's coming that anyway, so.
But I mean, like I say, I went over there during the school pickup and I had no issues and
Well, there's there's a lady that came and she comes in here all the time and she, we'll go out and look. And
I think it's not a,
We'll get
it's an issue for them, but I think it's nothing that we can't solve.
Yeah.
I think we can
Okay.
make it better.
We'll get it.
it's just, my thing is there's a lot of residents there that you're gonna be restricting their flow. And you're gonna start getting complaints from them,
All
I
right.
think.
That's to be considered.
Yep. We'll go meet.
Okay, sheriff's report.
Was it Mrs. Bess?
Yes.
That's the first I've heard of that from your presentation, and we will, you'll see some more presents up there now that you brought
Well,
to
it's
my
in the
attention.
Daily Journal. You don't read the journal?
Nobody reads.
No.
Wait, Dan, I read it all the time, Dan. Dan.
I can hardly wait till mine's delivered.
We read it, Dan. We read it religiously.
So anyway, there will be some increased presence up there.
Okay.
Sorry, Dan. Weather's getting better. We're starting to see some increase in our calls going up. So for the week, we had 489. That brings our yearly calls for service up to 8450.
Man.
Our weekly population stands at 133, 105 males, 28 females. I'd like to recognize the county. We did receive our Blue Shield status, which was presented or was came out by Governor Kehoe on Executive Order 25. What that does, that allows us to be available for some public safety grants. Kind of moves us up into a higher tier where we're a little easier to get those, and it shows that the commission and the county is behind law enforcement and public safety. Just want to mention a couple large events that's going to occur this weekend, or the end of the week. Farmington has its Country Days. There'll be some traffic congestion. Keep that in mind. And also at the north end of the county, we have, I think it's Asterio Valley. They have their Cosmic Reunion, which lasts June 5th through June 8th. So, you know, just keep that in mind when you're traveling. There'll be a lot of out-of-town people coming to the area. There might be some congestion, might be some noise issues. So, just wanted to mention those things.
Any questions for the sheriff?
Taking GPS where you're not supposed to go.
Okay, Road and Bridge, and I want to introduce our new supervisor, Brian Long, started yesterday. So Brian and Jason's the bosses out there.
You still with us? And they said he wouldn't last.
Okay, you got it, Jason? Got a report?
Get his
Somebody.
notes.
Yeah, I was just looking at her neighborhood to see where to put the ditches. So we're working towards, well, we got guys out putting in culverts, some guys doing some ditching. Mowing, of course, you know, it's a 6-week turnaround, so I mean, it takes them 6 weeks to make the first pass and then turn around and do the 6 weeks all over again. Of course, talking with Brian, I know with MoDOT, they have what you call it, a PDR?
That's
Spray?
Yeah, PGR.
PGR, so basically they spray their right of ways and it, for the lack of a better term, stunts the growth of that, so they only mow it once a year versus repeatedly. It doesn't kill it, it just stunts it, kinda like ticks on cotton, it's just slows down the growth. We finished up Feezer, they were supposed to be done with that at 10 o'clock at the Rock. Then they'll work it in, and that'll be done. So that'll be one less thing we have to worry about.
Looks good. I was out there yesterday.
Yeah,
It looked real good.
so I talked to the gentleman, so when you turn on Feezer there, the first house on the right, we started the Rock just past his house. So he wants us to kind of do something in front of his house, because we did do it there too. It's not as bad, because it's not as much water, but he is having trouble mowing that ditch way with the erosion.
Did you see where the trucks on the driveway there, the one on the corner?
I seen where you could see where one dropped off the edge of the road, but that's all I seen, yeah. But we'll have that too, but we'll have to do that ourselves,
Yeah.
not jokers. Got guys out cleaning up trees. I sent them down, I can't remember which one I talked to about the Annie Lane.
Yes.
So I had them trim the trees off on the north for line of sight. The hill thing, still gotta check the right of way. I don't know
I think most of that's on there.
I don't know if there's a whole lot we can do there. We can just take a dozer in there and start scraping people's yard off. But I'll look at it and I'll get with Freddie. Got the inmate crew out. They've been getting a lot of trash. I think they've been 10 or 15 bags a day trash they're picking up off South Road. That's about it.
You wanna talk about Bray Road?
Bray Road?
Yep.
So we took the stop sign down upon request from Commissioner Gallagher and Commissioner Buckley. And we took it down and we just put up a cautionary truck entrance with a yellow flasher on it and a dangerous intersection sign. So that'll flash all the time. Just a cautionary thing. You know, it could come to the point where people get blind to that because they never see a truck. So I know I'll get with Jason from the department and tell them that when they first start doing that, they probably ought to send a spotter up there just to watch for traffic when they first start moving in and out of there for a safety thing.
We haven't had any calls since then.
No. Overlays, they're gonna start on our roads off of D Highway, Terrace Gardens, London, Groom, Sugar Grove. They're gonna start with that next week, or possibly tomorrow, he said, depending on when they got done with Farmerton and the weather. Then they got a big job for MoDOT in July, so in July, well, actually starting next week or the week after, we're gonna go ahead and get those other culverts done, get those roads laid away where they just, when they come back in August, they can start laying them. They should be done with everything by September. And then Brian and I'll put a list together for striping on some roads like Rubley and Patterson School, stuff like that. We'll get that all lined up, put that out for bids, get that lined out. Other than that, we're just waiting on our plans for Alsbury Bridge. We get that done. If we get that soon enough, we can actually get that bridge done before they overlay Alsbury, and then we won't have to skip and go back.
That'd be awesome.
Bray Road Bridge update.
So they're on schedule. They should be done with the bridge end of this month, but they won't be done with the total project and road open until sometime in September. Is what's
Long way.
projected.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd sent you guys some pictures. So it's- yeah, and they're working on the decking and all that good stuff.
Okay. Any questions, Road and Bridge?
It was badly needed.
is.
Thank you. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of growth up north of Ontario. Okay. Any other departmental reports?
Yes.
Yes.
I was contacted this morning from the MU Extension asking about cooperation on a program that they're running starting June 16th until September 23rd. It's 100 miles in 100 days. We're going to be hosting them in an event at the park on July 21st at 8 a.m. We encourage everyone from the community to come out. We'll have a booth set up. I think Kendra is going to give a walk and talk about some native species that are there. We'll have our park biologist talking about also the native species and the restoration that we're doing. And then I'll be giving some geology background on the area. Also,
What was that name again?
it's 100 miles in 100 days.
What is it for?
It's by the MU Extension. It's kind of a heart healthy thing that they're doing just to get the community up and moving. I think it has to do with walking, running, cycling, dancing, just to get up, get moving.
Well, if they walk your path every day,
Right.
they got it.
So they got it.
Okay.
Actually, they could knock it out in about 75 days. So,
Yes.
100 miles.
Then you go swim it off.
Phase 2 park, our trail system that we have going on, the additional 0.9 miles. We have the project manual done. We're ready to get it out to bid. We're just waiting on an environmental review sign off from I think it's the highway department. And then we'll get going on that. Should be hopefully in the next couple weeks. We'll have that ready to put out a bid.
Okay.
Over the weekend, we had some people, because the environmental transfer station was closed down, we had some people dumping trash down on the park. And in conjunction with the sheriff's department, we got them the same day. Well, Monday, yesterday is when we reported it. We found the people that were dumping, and and just a reminder, we have zero tolerance for any kind of littering, dumping, vagrancy, any ne'er-do-wells at the
I
park.
hope we
Zero
would get
tolerance.
that prosecuted, because in the past,
Yes.
when we caught, it's rare to catch somebody. It's
Yep.
hard to catch somebody.
We got
Then
them.
then we let them off saying, oh, well, just don't do it again. That's not the message we need to send.
No,
Where
we
are
have
those people
Zero
now?
tolerance.
I'm sorry,
Where are those people now, do you know?
I haven't seen the report yet, it's not complete, so.
I just was notified this morning that the guy confessed. I guess first he said that it was his neighbor that borrowed his truck or something. I don't really know all the details, but then this morning.
But you know-
The deputy called me this morning to let me know
Okay.
that,
And it's good that the people know that the park's under observation.
It is,
So
right.
they, if somebody wanted to dump stuff or sell stuff there, or take stuff there, that it may not be good because.
We have,
We want families out there.
and when you
Zero
go by
tolerance.
the certain spot, you can kind of see the faces of the people who go by. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Any questions for Mike?
Sorry, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
Awesome.
We got the grant, $217,000 for solar cells on the Weber Road facility. It's a non-matching grant, so thank you very much.
She had to leave.
Okay, Bridget was back there. So, anyway, we got that grant, we appreciate it. Any other departmental reports?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank y'all.